Hey everybody, my name is Melissa and today is Testimony Tuesday. I just wanted to let y'all know how good God has been to me. I wasn't really raised up in church, went to vacation Bible schools and things, but wasn't in there all the time. And in my 20s I found the Lord, and at that time I had two boys and they were like 8 and 4, and I actually stood with them on the stage at the church I was attending, and I dedicated them to the Lord even though they were older children. So the testimony I want to give you today is about when my middle child had a vehicle accident. He was 19 years old, and I got that 5:30 in the morning phone call saying that your child's been in an accident, we need you to come. And when I got there, he was intubated, and he was laying there not really responsive, I think mostly due to medication, but he had a broken leg which was through the skin, and he had a broken elbow, and of course he was banged up pretty good. And they said we were going to the Med in Memphis. And so I just had nothing to do but to call on the name of the Lord, because I knew he was the only answer. So we went to Memphis, and they did the surgery and all the different things, and he spent weeks and weeks in that hospital. Prior to his accident though, when me and my younger son would be riding to school in the mornings, we would always pray and agree over our family. And we would pray for the angels of the Lord to have the protective powers around him, that God put a hedge of protection up. And he reminded me of that when my son had that accident. He said, Mama, he said the angels really were there. And I said, yes, sir, yes, they were. There was a lady that lived close to the accident site that said something woke her up in the night, and it was storming, and told her to go outside. And she went outside, and she actually witnessed my child missing the curb and hitting the tree. And she was able to get the police officers and the ambulance service there quickly to help him, because it was dark and it was raining, and early morning he might have laid there for hours. But when he came home from the hospital, he came back home to my home, and he started attending church with me again, and we would take him in the wheelchair until he got better. And I watched him change. I watched him become closer to the Lord. I watched him begin to pray and to read the Word and seek God's face, and I watched him mature in the Lord and regain that relationship again. And there was one church service when he was back on his feet, and he was standing, that he was actually at the altar with his hands raised. And that still small voice that we hear when we know the Lord spoke to me and said, his heart still beats. And I knew then, without a shadow of a doubt, that God had spared my child and had sent him home to me. And I just have to say today, if you have children that are wayward, or you have children that are hurting, or whatever's going on with them, don't ever give up. Always pray, because God does hear you. And just a little added thing, where we worked at the time, Dustin, my son's boss, actually saved his job when he got better, rehabilitated. He was able to go back to work. He went back and finished vocational school. And medical bills were covered. I mean, one miracle after another. And I just want to encourage somebody today that your children are not too far, that God can't reach them, and he will always be there when they need them. I hope y'all have a good evening.